Hey, long time no see. It's been a while. It's been a crazy third year, so I thought I would make a video just talking about the transition from second to third year. Sorry the lighting's a little off, but this is the only time I could find to myself, so I'm just gonna wing it. So the first 2 years of med school are different because it's mostly just lecture based, at least for most schools. It's just the first 2 years are lectures, and most of them you can just watch recordings, so your schedule is more of your own. Whereas in third year, you're doing rotation, so you're actually going through specific specialties during your time throughout the third year. It's harder because you now have to be at the hospital at specific assigned times, and then you also have to study for these tests called shelves at the end of the rotation. So it's cool because you now get to actually be in the hospital and you're no longer stuck at a desk. It sucks because the stuff you sometimes have to learn to do well in the rotation physically might not always correlate with what you need to be focusing on for the shelf. And the shelf can be tiring to study for because you're at the hospital all day and then you have to come home and you have to study, and it's a different ballgame. So it can be difficult to adjust, but it's nice to not be stuck at a desk, which is, yeah, that's nice. It's just tiring. But that's the difference between the years. So far, I've gone through 3-4 rotations, and it's been interesting. They vary in hours, and this will all be also school dependent. I think surgery tends to be very time consuming at lots of schools. It was very time consuming for me. I was at the hospital from 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. Some of the stuff that you learn in the first 2 years actually does translate over to the third year, which is good to know. Yeah, so that's basically the gist of it, just transitioning. I think the same things kind of apply, just good time management. That's really important because, you know, when you're at the hospital from 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then you have to study a little bit more, it's a lot. I was not used to having to have so much time not be my own, but then I have to also study at the end of the day. So something I would do for surgery when I had those really long hours is that I would set aside like 30 minutes a day and just say, okay, I'm gonna go to the little student area and just study for those 30 minutes. And then I will go home, because if I were to just go home, then I would not study. So I would take those 30 minutes and then try and take advantage of downtime whenever you have on your rotation, because there will be times where you're stuck at the hospital and you can't really leave, but you have some downtime. So if you can have flashcards on your phone, sometimes it's a little bit harder to do things on your phone because people think that you're texting or something. So maybe on your iPad or your laptop. iPads tend to be good. I think people get the little iPad minis because you can put them in your white coats, and that can be good. There are also little textbooks that you might be using to study. Like for surgery, there's this little textbook called Pistana, or it's by Pistana, and then you can just keep that in your pocket and then you can use that to study. So just have study materials with you that you can use during the downtime. That can be helpful. Make sure to eat and sleep and study and work out. I have definitely let my routine decline, and that's something I'm trying to improve on, so I'll admit that I need to be a little better. But just do what you can. Don't be too hard on yourself, and just try and get advice from your upperclassmen too, because they might know which doctors want what and all that kind of stuff, because a lot of it can be doctor dependent. Then also just try and make your residents' life easier. So just on the first day, be like, how can I help you? Just pick up how they like their notes, all that kind of stuff, because the more you help your resident, the better your rotation will be, and they might be more inclined to let you go. But yeah, a lot of this can be very physician dependent, resident dependent. So it's a different beast. I might try and make videos for each different rotation that I've been on. It is going to be school specific, rotations differ depending on the hospital that you're at. But I can try and go over the main concepts that I think should apply to most schools or in general. But yeah, so third year is very different. I'm really looking forward to fourth year where I can just do interviews and then chill. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Okay, thanks.